Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to make a sunflower using tulle. I started off with a piece of wire. This was some wire we had hanging around. You could use a coat hanger. I used a Clorox wipes container as my measuring tool. I kind of wanted to make the circles small. I wasn't sure if where I overlapped them would hold tight enough for me. So just to be on the safe side, I decided to wrap it in some floral tape. It's a wax covered floral tape. It kind of sticks to itself once that wax gets heated up. In hindsight, I don't think I needed to do this, but sometimes it's better to be safer. And now that I've got my circle, I need to cut off squares of tulle that I'll be attaching to the wire. To do so, instead of just taking a guess as to how long each one should be, I decided to use a clipboard to measure out the size of each square that I'm going to have, or rectangle. So I went ahead and wrapped it around the board. I used the whole roll of tulle. I ended up not using every square. I just had a few left over, so I probably didn't have to use the entire roll, but I knew it would be a lot, and I could have added all of the pieces of tulle if I wanted to. And then once I had it all wrapped around the clipboard, I just cut each end, which sounded easier than what it actually was. It was a little tough to get my scissors in there at first, but once one side is done, it's easy to cut the other side. And now that I got my pieces of tulle and my circle all ready, I went ahead and attached them like so. And using this tool, it was a little bit rough, so it wasn't easy pulling it through. But it did make a nice effect. Being stiffer like that, it stayed out real nicely. And the tool that I'm using, I picked up at a grocery store late last year. Some kind of 70% off sale. Wasn't sure what I would do with it, but even though it's pretty glittery, I thought it would look nice as a sunflower. It has that sparkle to it, and kind of blended in with fall. You can use any color. You can make it any size too. Oh, I was having fun with the way it looked. They thought it looked like a leprechaun. You can make leprechauns and have little leprechauns in March. Put a little hat on it. It doesn't have to be a flower. It could be anything. I thought it'd be a quick project. It was a little time consuming doing all the little squares of tulle, but worth it. So once I had it all done, I want to fill in the center. I'm going to use this brown felt. And again, using my Clorox wipes container, I measure that circle. And my intentions were to cut a larger circle than what I had measured, but apparently I forgot what I was doing. I kind of cut it pretty exact. But you want to leave a good 1/4 to a 1/2 inch gap around the circle, just so when you attach it to the flower, it will stay. This one did stay, but I wish it would have been a little bit bigger. And I didn't want to just put a felt circle in the center, so I thought I'd give it a little depth by adding a burlap circle. So I was just going to measure again, but this time instead of cutting the same size or bigger, I'm going to cut it smaller so that you can have a little brown outline in the center. And I might have used something with a closer thread. This circle kept shifting and kind of not being a circle. It left a lot of little pieces behind too. But you can use anything, fabric, different kind of ribbon, jewels, anything you want. And then I went ahead and I'm going to attach it to my sunflower there. Now when this was all done, I decided to put a stake on the back, just a wire or dowel rod, so that I could stick it into a flower pot, or you could make a hook and hang it up on your door or wall. And there you go. I had so much fun. I did it twice. So there's a couple of sunflowers. Thank you so much for watching.